It was Women in Sports Night for the Iowa Heartlanders. The team held a number of activities and kicked things off by sharing more about the sport. As a part of their Women in Sports Night, the Iowa Heartlanders held a Hockey 101 session prior to their game against Kalamazoo.
We went over just some basic rules like icing, offsides, and we had our players demonstrate some penalties just to show what they might see in the course of a game as far as penalties go, and then we went into more detail.
Eric Michaud, who has been with the club for 3 of its 4 years, says they're making progress growing the game in the corridor.
Just to even go out for the games and see the crowds, and it's definitely grown over the last 3 years, and you can just tell around the area too, like people are starting to know who the Heartlanders are, and it's encouraging. 2
professional women's hockey players from the PWHL's Minnesota Frost made their first ever trip to Iowa for the special occasion.
It's just crazy to see that the growth of our game, even though we're not in the Iowa area, like there's so many fans wearing Frost stuff right now. There's a couple even different PWHL teams here. It's just fun to see kind of like what their aspect of the hockey is.
I think the fans have been amazing. They all seem very passionate, and this area where the arena is seems like a lot of fun, and I'm excited to get to experience the atmosphere tonight in the arena.
They shared some advice as they met with young fans and hockey players.
Just making sure you enjoy the journey and don't take anything for granted. I think there's so many memories to be made with your teammates and so many life lessons to learn along the way.
But there's other ways to get involved in the game. A handful of young girls got to shadow some of the Heartlanders' in-house hockey operations staff.
The whole point behind it is that everyone's got to start somewhere.
And why not help them get started in eastern Iowa?
To be able to kind of inspire that next generation that might one day, 10, 15 years from now, be in the spots we are now, and maybe they'll be the first female women broadcaster in Heartlanders history at some point.
I've never seen a more prevalent women's sports area wherever I've been, so I think this area does it really well. I think it's just great. All these girls growing up have role models that they can see on a day-to-day basis, like Caitlin Clark, and then it's just wonderful to see.